Samsung just wrapped up its first Unpacked event of the year, and it happened weeks earlier than anybody could have expected. But no reason to complain, because that means we have the Galaxy S21 series. That means we go to $800 for the base model, up to $1,000 for the S21 Plus, and $1,200 for the S21. And a bunch of new colors. Interestingly, the cheapest S21 comes in the most colors. You have 4 to choose from. The Galaxy Note 20 and the S20 FE. It is plastic, and yes, you can tell it's plastic without anybody telling you. If you set it next to an S21 Plus or S21 Ultra, you can tell that those higher end models are S21 and S21 Plus are really diverging from the Ultra line as well. It's a bigger gap than last year. The lower two models have flat displays. Now, I actually prefer a flat display. I'm not going to be lamenting the fact that it doesn't have the curves and you don't have to deal with hertz, whereas the S21 Ultra is 10 to 120 hertz, just like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. In those lower end models as well, you're getting lower end specs. You get 8 gigabytes of RAM in the lower two, but you get 12 or 16 in the Ultra. In the S21 and S21 Plus, it's not that surprising that the cameras haven't really changed. The main camera is still a 12 megapixel. It's going to take great photos, but no upgrade there. The ultra wide, also 12 megapixels, no upgrade there. The telephoto, or what they want to call a telephoto, less than a 2x optical zoom, is a little bit different. You have a 64 megapixel camera there, and it allows you to do more of that zooming that Samsung is really pushing. Still the same, coming from last generation, but they've tweaked the processing and the sensor itself. The big talk here, dual telephoto cameras. There's an optical 3x zoom and also an optical 10x zoom. They're both 10 megapixels and they both have OIS, which is really important, especially for that 10x zoom. Now, I don't think that the 100x space zoom that Samsung was trying to push all the way back last generation is still going to come to fruition here. You're doing a lot of digital zooming, but this is really impressive from a technological standpoint to be able to have the dual zooms. And this is so much better than doing additional depth sensing or any kind of crazy secondary camera. Just give me the zoom, upgraded and updated on prior phones. The only things they're really talking about here is the fact that the entire lineup gets new camera processing, new software, crunching the numbers behind the scenes, even though the lenses and the sensors haven't really changed that much. There's also a new single take mode, new portrait mode, all of those little things that I don't really know how they're going to work out yet, but we'll see in our full review, which will be coming up very soon. But it's only in the S21 Ultra. And no, it doesn't go inside the phone, and it doesn't come with the phone like the Galaxy Note. You have to buy a separate case and a separate S Pen in order to use the S Pen on that larger phone. Let's be honest, it's a little bit weird. The case is clunky, not having the pen. Not that surprising in 2020 with really high price tags, but we're talking about dropping the prices now that are lower than really nicely used Galaxy S20 series phones. That is a big deal. And because people can get in the door at $800, that's a lot more palatable, especially on a 24-month financing plan, than coming in the door at $1,000 and quickly being upsold to $1,300 or $1,400.